Tonight, we report on a claim by Moses Lake firefighters about the ambulance service crisis and the state FFA competition held at the Grant County Fairgrounds. What's happening in the sports world, Bob?
Central Washington ends its season with a win on the gridiron, and Gonzaga men's basketball picks up a win on the hardwood. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hello everybody, good to be with you. Pretty quiet and chilly overnight tonight across the entire region, inland northwest to the basin. Changes in the forecast, all the details in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A group of Moses Lake firefighters claim the financial issues surrounding the Moses Lake ambulance service are manufactured. Troy Hesse, Travis Pulliam, and Chris Mortensen spoke to a group of community members Tuesday morning at the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce. They told the crowd the ambulance service actually made money during the past 3 years. Their comments follow a request by Councilmember John Lane to examine ending the ambulance service during a recent city council meeting. City Manager Joe Gavinsky reported the ambulance service lost roughly $240,000 this year after receiving a $400,000 loan at the beginning of the year. Hesse tied the financial situation in the ambulance service to the construction of the new Moses Lake Civic Center. The fire department and ambulance service is required to rent its equipment from the city as well as pay for its buildings. A water line broke early Monday morning on Main Avenue in Soap Lake, leaving some residents without water for part of the day before city crews were able to make repairs. Reporter Devin Higgins has more.
Residents along Main Avenue in Soap Lake woke up Monday morning as hundreds of gallons of water flowed out of a broken line. The first person to see it was resident Harry Baumeister at 7:30. Public Works workers found it around 8:30 a.m. while on their morning patrol of the lift stations and booster pumps and began repairs. Breaking out the backhoe, it took about 2 hours to find the culprit, a failed cork stop valve. Cork stop valves are designed to prevent excess water flowing into home systems. Workers said the valve was old. The repair took about an hour, leaving some residents without water for part of the day. In Soap Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
The Grant County Commissioners haven't finalized plans for constructing a new dispatch center, but took steps to borrow $7.1 million to pay for it. The Commissioners approved selling bonds to pay for new headquarters for the Multi-Agency Communications Center, known as MAC, which officials plan to build on Hamilton Road in Moses Lake. The new center is expected to be 9,700 square feet. Commissioner Richard Stevens said the county is moving forward with selling the bonds in order for MAC to have the money by December 23rd. MAC officials presented preliminary plans for the center to the commissioners earlier in the year, which contained 2 meeting rooms, new administration offices, a quiet room, and at least 2 more desks for dispatchers. Stevens and Commissioner Carol Ann Swartz said the designs were preliminary and likely to change before a final design is finished. The Ephrata community continues to show its support for Team Trevor and the family of Trevor Middleton. Trevor was diagnosed with leukemia and underwent treatment this year. Reporter Jeff Chu joined in on an event to support Trevor and has the story.
Families mobbed Ephrata's First Presbyterian Church on Saturday for the Mothers of Preschoolers sponsored carnival to raise money for an Ephrata boy with cancer. All proceeds from the event went to Team Trevor and the family of Trevor Middleton, who was diagnosed with leukemia and underwent treatment this year. Stephanie Moore, leader of Mothers of Preschoolers in Ephrata, explained why the group was putting on the event at the church.
Audra Middleton had run our MOPS in this area for a long time. She actually got me involved. And we heard that Trevor was going through a hard time and we wanted to help out. We usually do a fundraiser in the fall, And so we thought, well, what a great idea. Why don't we have a fundraiser, but then donate everything to Audra to help her out and her family out.
MOPS provides support to mothers with infants to kindergarten-age children. Moore said the carnival raised almost $900 donated by about 150 kids and families. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
The city of Soap Lake is offering free extra garbage pickup on Tuesday and Wednesday. City officials said residents can put several bags out, boxes or bundles of garbage out for pickup. No bag should exceed more than 40 pounds. For more information, call the city at 509-246-0463. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.